On a beautiful sunny day, with a sky as blue and clear as a calm lake, little Mimi decided to embark on an extraordinary adventure. With her chestnut-braided hair and sparkling cherry-like eyes, she wasn't alone. Beside her was her loyal friend Roni, a small dog with soft golden fur and floppy ears. Roni was always ready for fun, his tail wagging happily without pause. "Come on, Roni! Today we're going to explore the big forest behind our house," Mimi exclaimed excitedly. Roni barked loudly, as if to say, "I'm ready, Mimi." Together they ran into the enchanted forest. The trees were tall and majestic, their branches stretching toward the sky like giant arms trying to touch the clouds. The green leaves danced with every breeze, letting golden sunlight filter through and paint dazzling light patterns on the forest floor. "Look, Roni, these trees look like giant guardians of the forest," Mimi gasped. Roni dashed between the thick trunks, leaping over tangled roots and sniffing the damp earth and fallen leaves. The forest filled with birdsong, each bird sang a different note, creating a natural symphony. A bluebird perched on a branch nearby, singing a sweet and cheerful melody. What a beautiful voice! "I wonder what its song means, Roni," Mimi whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. Roni tilted his head curiously, his ears perking up at the lovely sound. Suddenly, Roni spotted something darting through the bushes. With a joyful bark, he chased after it, his tail a blur of golden fur. Mimi laughed and followed, calling out, "Wait, Roni, don't go too far." She found him standing before a tiny squirrel, which was clutching a large walnut. The squirrel stared with wide black eyes, its little nose twitching. In a flash, it scampered up the nearest tree and vanished into the leaves. "You scared him, Roni. He just wanted to eat his breakfast in peace," Mimi giggled, gently patting his head. They continued their journey until they reached a small, clear stream. Its cool water flowed gently over smooth, colorful pebbles, sparkling in the sunlight. Mimi dipped her fingers into the cool water, while Roni eagerly lapped some up, quenching his thirst. Mimi found a large mossy rock to sit on and pulled a shiny red apple from her pocket, along with a crunchy dog biscuit for Roni. They sat together, sharing their snack and listening to the forest's gentle whispers, the rustling leaves, the bubbling stream, and the distant bird calls. Around them, colorful butterflies danced among the wildflowers. There was a bright yellow one, an orange one with delicate black spots, and even a tiny purple one that fluttered like a flying jewel. It was a perfect, peaceful moment. After their short rest, they decided to explore what was on the other side of the stream. Roni, full of energy, took a graceful leap across the water and looked back, encouraging Mimi to follow. She grabbed onto a sturdy, hanging branch and carefully stepped from one smooth stone to another until she safely reached the other side. Here, the forest felt even more magical. The ground was covered in a thick, soft carpet of green moss, and bright red mushrooms with white spots dotted the landscape like tiny houses for fairies. We must be very quiet here, Roni. These might be fairy homes, Mimi whispered, her imagination running wild. As they tiptoed through this enchanted part of the woods, they heard a strange sound. It wasn't the song of a bird or the murmur of the stream. It was a soft, sad whimper. Mimi felt a little worried, but her curiosity was stronger than her fear. She held Roni's soft fur close. Let's go find out where that sound is coming from, but we have to be very, very careful. They followed the sound and soon found a small rabbit with its leg caught in a tangle of thorny branches. It looked at them with big, frightened eyes. Trembling, Mimi's heart went out to the little creature. She approached it slowly and spoke in a gentle, calming voice. "Don't be afraid, little one. We're here to help you." She carefully knelt down and, with gentle fingers, began to untangle the thorns from the rabbit's soft fur. Roni stood by quietly, as if he understood the need to be calm. After a few moments, the rabbit was free. It wiggled its nose, as if to say thank you, and then hopped away into the safety of the woods. Mimi smiled, feeling warm and happy inside. "We did a good thing, Roni," she whispered. Just then, they noticed the sun beginning to set, casting long golden rays through the trees and painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. The forest was beautiful in the evening light, but it was also a sign that their adventure was coming to an end. "It was a wonderful adventure, Roni, but we should head back home before it gets dark," Mimi said, her voice filled with contentment. They made their way back through the forest, retracing their steps across the stream and past the tall, guardian-like trees. Her heart was full of joy. She had learned that the forest wasn't just a place with trees and plants. It was a living, breathing world full of secrets, beauty, and kind creatures waiting to be discovered. When they finally stepped out of the woods, the lights of their home were twinkling in the distance. A welcoming sight. Mimi gave Roni a big hug. "Thank you for the best adventure ever," she said, and Roni wagged his tail, already dreaming of their next one. Thank you so much for joining Mimi and Roni on their adventure today. We hope you loved exploring the magical forest with them. If you enjoyed our story, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more wonderful tales. See you next time.